I have something different for us today. A rubber and this paper. I remember when I used to play this game in which we fold a paper to this point and we use a rubber band to launch the paper. If I don't want it to go so far, I don't have to stretch it so far. I would classify this stretching as pain. In my own opinion, I would say pain is a strategy for growth, and I would also say it's a necessity in life. Another fascinating thing is that emotions cannot be quantified. We cannot place all the emotions and be like, I felt the pain more than you. Even though science have been able to quantify pain to some point by creating devices that can be tailored to a particular level of pain, how people process pain differs. I'll give this instance. There are so many people who consistently take hard drugs on a daily basis and it does not get to affect them mentally. And there are these ones who just try it for the first time and the next thing they are mad. Like I have said previously, human beings are more programmed than we think. So we are programmed differently, although there is a standard in the sense that every human being has eyes, has nose, has mouth, these physical qualities to classify one as a human being. But there are other things beyond what we can see, our capacity, our threshold for things like pain and pleasure and everything. Pain is a necessity for growth in that it stretches you beyond what you think is your limit and launches you farther than you would have ever gone. That is, if you use that pain as a fuel. How? Generally speaking, we are created to make impacts on this earth and go back. So pain can be a pointer to the impact that you're supposed to make here on earth. Yeah, I remember in school there was this story about he got an inspiration when a fruit fell on his head when he slept under that tree. Instead of him to focus on the pain from the fruits that fell on his head, he let it inspire him to discover things that we are actually benefiting from, to the point that he made it to our education, or we have to learn about him and the fruits that fell on his head. Right? If we focus on the cause of the pain, we forget to focus on the reason for the pain and where that pain was channeling us to. I know some of us are seeking closure, but let this be your closure, right? I'm apologizing on behalf of wherever the pain came from. I'm sorry that it had to come from that source. I'm sorry that it had to come from that person. I'm sorry that you could not help yourself. I'm sorry that you made that mistake that landed you in that situation. But now, we've learned, right? It's time to move on. Think about your entire story. Put down notes. Look at your mistakes. There are situations in which your mistakes are not really your mistakes. You are just innocent and you are naive and you are just vulnerable. When that is your case, that can be a pointer as to what you can do, making others realize that vulnerability and that innocence, because it is only when you see the reason why you ended up in that situation in the first place that you can prevent yourself from ending up in that situation in the next place. Let your pain not waste. Let it teach you, because like they say, experience is the best teacher. Or like I say, and I will always say, it's not a kind teacher. So as it has taught you, remember that everyone experiences pain from different angles. It's not just you. And I would say there are two sides to pain, in which you see yourself as a victim of circumstances, or you see yourself as a victor or someone who came out victorious from a certain circumstance. So choose wisely.